Greetings, brothers and sisters. So there's a little update here. Britney Spears' dad, Jamie, spotted outside his trailer home after hearing his trailer home. And this comes from page 6. Britney Spears' father, Jamie Spears, was photographed in public for the first time since his daughter's conservatorship hearing. You can see he's wearing a... go back here. You can see he's wearing a Monster drink cap. And I believe that that's the symbol for 6 in Hebrew. And so essentially the Monster label is the 3 lines. Each one are 6 because they're not attached. It's a weird... it's supposed to be M for Monster, but it's actually 666. If I remember correctly, I don't know. So many things like that. He was spotted Saturday at the storage facility on the outskirts of Kentwood, Louisiana, signing papers. The New York Times reported last week he lives in an RV that he parks outside the storage facility. Meanwhile, after Britney's bombshell testimony last week, the singer jetted off to Hawaii with her boyfriend Sam Asghari. I think I got that right that time. But here's the thing about it. And, I'm kind of wanting to move on from the whole Britney thing. But it says here that that he wore a Monster Energy cat and used a large cooler or table draped with the company's logo as a makeshift desk. So it appears that he has some, sponsorship with the Monster Company. The Monster Company... The beast, the 666. See, those are the... So this is supposed to be the Hebrew symbol for 6. Here's a bigger version. And you can see that that's similar. That's similar to the Monster logo here. And so you can see it's 3 separate symbols. All of them look like the Hebrew symbol for 6. And it seems like Britney's dad's got some sort of financial arrangement with the Monster Beast drink. And then it said the New York Times reported last week that Jamie, who sold Britney's nearby childhood home for $275,000 in February, lives in an RV that he parks outside the storage facility. A trailer for his catering company, Cookin' Cousin and Chaos... Is that Cussin'? Cruisin'. I'm sorry. Cooking, Cruisin' in Chaos, which uses the slogan, "Put a little south in your mouth," was also seen on the premises. So there's his truck, there's his food cart, and he lives in a trailer now, which, again, where did all of Britney's money go? So it says here, according to Forbes magazine, Jamie Spears makes $16,000 monthly from his daughter's conservatorship and $2,000 stipend for office space as a conservator because he needs his own office for that one job. And so, that's all his daughter's money. And he's getting, it says here, that he's made $2.4 million just off of the conservatorship and, being a dadager or whatever they call it, right? Britney's supposed to be worth $60 million and should be worth a lot more because she was such an iconic singer and had, all these various concert money and album sales and all these things. So she should be worth a lot more compared to other singers. And so this is what is kind of puzzling. They say that Britney Spears' net worth is $60 million. And Christina Aguilera, who wasn't nearly the celebrity and wasn't nearly as popular as Britney Spears, is worth $100 million more than she is, right? Madonna's worth almost $1 billion, $880 million. Katy Perry, $330 million. Lady Gaga, $275 million. And I thought of Gwen Stefani, who was, I mean, how many albums did she actually put out? And she's worth $150 million. So where'd all the money go? This guy's selling frickin', crawdads. Her dad's out there selling crawdads and living in a trailer, which, I guess he's got sponsorship. Where's all the money? Like, where does money go? I mean, not his money. Where'd Britney's money go? Because she should be worth in the hundreds of millions of dollars. I would say around $500 million. So they're missing, like $400 million. She's a Disney kid, and then she had a number of pop albums, and she was an iconic singer, the most popular singer, the number one female singer of her generation. And, where's all the money? Like, where'd it go? I mean, the Kardashians, some of them are worth $1 billion, and they can't sing. Like, they just, from that crappy reality TV show, there's all the merch and things like this. Her Las Vegas shows, her concerts, all those things. And it's all gone. Like, they've eaten away at her millions, and her dad is getting $216,000 a year just from his conservatorship stuff and whatever else he's milked from her. And so it seems highly suspicious, right? Like, the whole thing, I mean, all these celebrity stories seem, I mean, I don't even know if these figures are true, but, maybe they're not even worth anything, right? They're just, like Greg Brady and the Brady Bunch, when they, made him into some rock star because he fit the jacket, the sparkly jacket they made for him, the bedazzled jacket. Kim Kardashian visits the Vatican in off-the-shoulder sheer lace dress. And so that happened. Like, I didn't know she was Catholic, and I'm not sure she's showing, like, skin all over the place and supposed to be going to an allegedly holy place, right? I mean, a lot of bad things have gone down with the priests and kids and stuff in Catholicism. And so, is she validating that stuff? And, like, she's actually a Catholic, and she ended up dressing like that. Just, it's bizarre on lots of levels. And she did a whole, like, basically did some modeling there at the Vatican. And so, what's the entanglement there? What's that all about? There's an ad for Wisconsin sausage and beef jerky. And so, it just keeps on getting weirder out there. Maybe she has some of Britney Spears' money. Maybe she got a little Vatican money for Britney Spears. Well, speaking of skankwear, Dr. Jill Biden sets records straight on her viral fishnet tights. And there she is, wearing hooker boots. Like, what happened? Like, it's like she just had some sort of, like, it's like a prostitute that's coming off a gig she just did on a private jet, and she ends up wearing the captain's jacket and his hat. That's somebody else's hat behind her. And and they were supposed to bring respect and credibility back to the White House after Trump and Melania, but there she is, rocking the fishnets and looking like a hooker. So things are unraveling very quickly. On a daily basis, there's one story from, pretty much any of the major news topics and subjects, from politics to Hollywood to sports to science to, any number of mainstream news topics. Everything seems to be unraveling rather quickly. Now, if I had confirmation bias, I'm sure everyone has it to some extent, you could say it would be about the collapse of our civilization, given the amount of time I've spent on that the last so many years since I started the Heartfulness System and read the various prophecies of, an ending of our current materialistic system, a system I've never really liked. and then the dawn of a spiritual age. And it's something on, even as a little kid, I think I knew this thing was coming, right? And so, yeah, there might be some confirmation bias that way, but it's balanced out by my knowledge of, because of living on a homestead and doing, primary labor and growing food and things, all of which I enjoyed. But knowing the gap between what my lifestyle and my family's lifestyle would be in a post-apocalyptic world, the amount of effort it would take to create a community, and when the beast that we're 100% dependent on, or whatever percentage we're dependent on this beastly system, is no more, right? I understand that it's a huge shift, and maybe it'd be better in lots of ways. Sure, yeah, all right. Like we don't know yet. Like we don't know what it's going to be like, and certainly not having the electromagnetic poisoning and a lot of the things that we get just being bombarded, and the news and just all of it, the people, like everything that, we don't know how great it would be without those things in our lives. So there's that. But it would definitely be a lot harder. It's not something that we've been bred to do or we've been trained to do. It's something we have to learn and relearn. Like there's been agrarian people in our ancestry. Human beings have lived in this modern day system is an anomaly. Like all the other times in history, people were, engaged with these primary labor tasks. But, it's not something that we've grown up doing, so it's a little bit harder to make that adjustment, and we'll never be as good as we would be. It was something we were trained to do our whole lives. And so those things balance out. My understanding, like what needs to happen in terms of the collapse of our system and how it's better for all of us, and looking at the system in a different way than most people, but also my understanding of what it would take to start something new from scratch afterwards. And I don't know what the time frame is here. Maybe, the clock will run out on my time here, and I won't have to face up to those things, but somebody will. But what I do know is things are a lot worse now in terms of just how nuts it is. Like, you can just see it here. These are what, three celebrity videos, three celebrity topics, and just, Britney Spears and her whole family, and these are iconic people, Kim Kardashian and Jill Biden, and it's just like nuts out there, and it's just getting worse. And so it goes. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the Apocalaughs and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.